Okay, now we're here. Hey, good morning. Okay, now I'm just going to give people just a couple minutes to get on. I was a little slow at getting logged on and everything, getting in there. Oh, do I have much of a connection? So, yeah, if you're just joining, so give me a little hi down there in the corner. Let me know who's here. And today we are going to be doing journaling. We're going to make our own journals. And we're going to sketch butterflies. So what we want to do first, oh, let me introduce myself. Holy cow, I didn't say that. So my name's Diana, and I'm the Education Outreach Coordinator for Tap-Till Greenway. And this is our hashtag Tap-Till Tuesdays on YouTube. So we're taking the education online so that everyone can be a part of it, and we can still kind of get outside and do some activities, even though we're still a little bit needing to stay somewhat isolated. So we're going to start with making a journal. So if you do not already have a journal, a notebook, you can use pretty much anything that you can write on. And if you don't have one, that's quite all right. You can make your own. And I'm going to show you how to do that here in just 1 second. All you need to do is grab some printer paper, and so I'm trying to take this other one apart. Sorry. We're going to make one, sorry, that looks like this. So you can just make a simple one. And I did tie this together pretty well. So while you're getting some paper, you want to use at least 2 sheets. I would not do any more than 5, because we're going to fold it, and it just makes it a little bit too thick to work with. So as I'm struggling to tie this through here. Also, if you have a picture of a butterfly that you would like to draw, make sure you have that handy. If you do not have one handy, you can take a second to look up a picture, or we can be even more creative and draw your own, create your own butterfly. How about that? That would be a good idea. Okay, so when you have your printer paper, what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half. And I'm not doing very good here getting this done. Okay, so you're going to take your paper and simply fold it in half. Now, you can use a hole punch to go along the side here. Make sure you don't get the holes too close to the edge, because otherwise you're going to end up tearing it and it'll come apart. If you don't have a hole punch, that's quite all right. You can just use a stapler and just staple along the edges. So if you'd like to do with the hole punch, you can use some string or some yarn to tie it together. So I've got here some yarn, and I have about 4 feet of yarn. And that's a little bit long, and so I will have some extra at the end. So, but that's okay, because I'd rather have a little extra to work with than not have quite enough. So what I'm going to do is pull it through the center hole, and then make sure the ends are even. And then go from one side, take the top one, and feed it through the top hole. I can kind of get it through there. And, oops, sorry, and then wrap it around one more time so that it stays in place. It creates its own knot there, and then keep your paper kind of flat. And then the string that's on the bottom side, take it down to the hole, and you're just going to feed it through the hole there, and then wrap it around one more time as well to create the knot there. And with the two, we're going to take it back to the center hole, the string on top. We're going to feed it through the hole there. You can push that through. And oops, pull it through. And then the string from the front, or the top part, it's going to go underneath, and you're going to feed it through the hole right there. Get a hold of it. and then you can just simply tie it in the middle and tie a little bow. And there you have your homemade journal. So, and then anything extra, you can just trim that off at the end. You can make your title. So I have not done my title yet. I think I'm just going to do, just call it Backyard Journal for right now, since that's what we're doing. And so let's go ahead and start doing a drawing for a butterfly. So I'm going to open up my journal. Okay, I've got mine ready. So for butterflies, did you know that there are 17,500 different species of butterflies? That is just amazing to me. And I have some pictures in here to show you on this book, just to give you some ideas for what to draw, or what you can draw. So some of the butterflies, maybe you've seen some in your backyard coming around your garden, or your flowers around the yard. Maybe you have some plants on a patio. And butterflies are just one of the most important pollinators that we have. And so we need to give them more habitat, appreciate them, and let them do their job, right? And it's so fun to watch them when they're at work and using their proboscis to dip in and get some pollen and get stuff all over their feet, and then flutter away to the next plant. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some drawings. So if we've seen them in the yard, two views that you'd probably do could be the side view, the side wing. See where this picture here. So this is where how you usually see the butterflies when they're sitting on the plants or on the leaves. And then sometimes you get to see them with their wings fully open. So this top view right here. So we're going to draw both views. And if you don't know what type of butterfly you want to do, we can work that out a little bit later. So to do the side one, I'm going to see if I can sketch that here. We're going to do the wing in two parts. So we're going to have kind of the top wing. It's going to come up and kind of curve around. And then the bottom part is going to come down just a little bit behind that and meet down here. And then we just need to draw the body. This is kind of really skinny little abdomen. And I'm not a great artist, so please don't judge me by this. And we will put the little antenna up here. So yeah, he's okay. He's not the greatest, but it is what it is. And I can go back in and I can fill it in with some color. And I'll decide on that in just a minute. If you want to do the top view of the butterfly, I would suggest starting with the abdomen first. So which would be somewhat skinny abdomen there. We can draw his antenna on the top, and then we're going to add the wings. So he's going to be in two parts again. So the top part is a little bit bigger, would kind of go out and then bring it down, oh, right about midway to his abdomen. And then do the lower part of the wing, oh, right about like something like that. That's not perfect, but that's pretty good. Now, depending on what species of butterfly you use, this might work just fine. Its wings might be a little bit more full, so not have this really defined divider here. You might have them come down here a little bit more and join up. Some of them, like the swallowtails, have this part down here is a little bit longer, and they have the little tail that hangs down here, and different species have different lengths of tails. And so it just depends on what butterfly that you are going to be drawing. So here I'm going to draw the other side of mine here really quick, see if I can kind of mirror what I just drew on that side. Not really well, but it's kind of there. He's a little lopsided butterfly, but that's okay. And then we can just go back in and we can do some colors for him. So I brought a couple of darker colors so that you could see it on here. And let's see, I'm going to make mine, oh, I don't know, I'm going to do a blue butterfly. I've seen some blue butterflies and they are really pretty. I'm going to show you a picture here. So they've got it in here. Let's do this one. Here's this one here. It's a great purple hair streak. But he is just really pretty. So all of this blue and then the black on the edges. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. You sketch that one. And he's got, let's see, on the side. Well, this one shows he's got some blue and mostly black. This one shows a lot more blue on the edge, if you can see that. Hopefully the light's okay. With the black edge. So I'm just going to stick with the blue and the black edging. So when you're sketching, when we write, we're always, writing with the tip. If you want to do some coloring and you want to make it a little bit lighter, tilt your pencil. And if you don't have colors, the colored pencils, that's okay. You can do this with your regular pencil too, to do some shading. But just tilt it sideways, and then you can get a little spot here going. You can make it a little bit lighter, like so, to do shading, rather than drawing with the point, which is going to give you a much darker line and darker color. So that's up to you. And I need to do the outside black on this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of fill mine in. I'm just going to fill in one side of the butterfly for right now, for time purposes. And I'll just kind of shade him in on that side. And then I'll go back in and I'll do the black around the edges too. Another thing when you're journaling is if you know what species you have, then you could write that down. Since I know what this one was, the great purple hair streak, I can write him in there. Hair streak, great purple hair streak. I would write down the date, the location where I saw the butterfly, maybe if I knew what plant it was on. If I don't know what plant it's on, then by all means draw the picture of the plant as well, so that you can go home and you can try to identify it later. And same as with the butterflies, if you don't know what it is when you see it and you're drawing it, that's okay. You have a picture. You can go back home, you can look up in your book, you can look it up online, and you can find out what species that is, or which one it might have been, because some of them are really close in their coloration, and their markings. And so sometimes it's really hard to define which species. So, but if you get close, then that's really, really good. And then you can go beyond that too and look up a lot of information, some more information about that butterfly. Like we know a lot about the monarchs because they have been monitored to such a great level that we know where they go and where they travel and when they travel and their migration route and everything. And I'm sure there's a lot on the other butterfly species as well. But look it up. You'll find something and find something new about that butterfly. And then you can tell someone, hey, did you know about this butterfly? So, and yeah, so if anyone does, there's sketches of the butterflies, we would love to see them. So make sure you send us a picture, well, post a picture and just tag us at Taptail Greenway. And make sure you subscribe down below so that you get the notifications for the next one, hashtag Taptail Tuesdays. Every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, and we'll be alternating between journaling, story time, and craft time every Tuesday at 10 a.m. right here. So with that, I'm going to sign off and say have a great day. Thanks for joining.